All right. Good evening, everyone. Hopefully, everyone is as excited as I am for this. We have a triple bingo Super Metroid semifinals matchup here in the triple bingo tournament between azder and MrGuyAverage. And I'm super stoked. We're going to see a best of three set or first to two wins set. I'm Maniacal and joined by Apathy Duck. How are you doing today, Duck?
Yeah, what's up? I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing good. Really excited for this matchup. I think it'll be a good one. I didn't realize until just before this match that we were commentating the match of the two folks who knocked us out of this tournament, put us solidly in the commentary bracket. But I'm excited. These guys have gone through us as well as multiple other competitors on their way here, and they're the cream rising to the top. No one's surprised to see these guys, the 1 and 4 seeds, azder and MGA respectively, making it through, and looks like they're underway.
Yeah, azder pretty deservedly #1 seed in this. Just really solid player, knows all the different routes, mechanics, plays a lot of rando, so he's good at everything. MGA this is one of the few matchups where I think azder actually has a movement disadvantage. Like this and the cutie matchup are probably the only two. But the thing of MGA, MGA plays a lot of categories too and all that kind of stuff. MGA is by far the best player who's got a pretty big weakness in this, in that he is not a Phantoon first runner. Is definitely an old route runner, extremely good old route runner. I know, last night I was watching him and he tied one of Jack's golds in one of the segments. So yeah, just incredibly talented. Not a fan of the Phantoon first. He will do it if he has to, but definitely a little less comfortable with it than all the other top runners. So MJ, I said it in the azder interview, he is by far the best player you can metagame in this. So we'll be interested to see what happens. So yeah, if we have a very obvious grade first card, I'd be interested to see what azder decides to do, if he decides to try to go head-to-head on that, or if he tries to find maybe something a little worse on Phantoon first, but just hoping to get some advantage there. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't think we have the biggest Phantoon first, obviously, is the gravity skip Varia. I don't see that on this card.
Yeah, but I mean, look at the card. It is Meridia everywhere.
Yeah, it is Meridia everywhere.
Meridia is painted all over this card.
Yeah, the thing, again, with MGA, he's so good at old route. He can make grav times look almost as good as even a very good new route runner without losing too much time overall. Especially with that wreck ship, you're gonna have speed and high jump in there. So yeah, this is a lot of Meridia, but I think even on those, but things there is some stuff like Visit the Critters.
Yeah, but Visit the Critters is trapped by Defeat Dragon and Meridia map in column 5 and finish in Spring Ball and Plasma in row 4. It's just Meridia everywhere you want Kraid.
Yeah, Meridia map's the one you can get. You can get that.
Yeah, that one's not bad, but Defeat Dragon.
But yeah, you could even see a Kraid into Bryn into Phantoon and then Meridia. So it is significantly longer. So we will see what MGA does. He can do it. I don't want to say it's just he's not gonna do it at all. I think he's got a 48 or something in new route, which would still be one of the best 80% times in this tournament. But he's not a fan. Definitely doesn't practice it as much. So interesting to see. This is gonna be a little bit more of a tricky one to see, kind of guess what they're going to do early, because just really depending on how MGA is feeling.
Yeah, I was trying to look for, obviously, that MGA bias, looking for that Kraid first route, but even Wreck Ship Reserve is pinned by both Meridia E-Tanks or Defeat Botwoon. It's just
I think even on these Meridia cards, he'll just go Kraid Phantoon, honestly. Just, again, he's not going to lose as much time as you think he would. You can see it's, only a handful of seconds here, but, he's already got again, it's rare to see azder behind at this point in the race, so.
Yeah, I think what you're looking at, maybe if you're trying to force a Kraid first out of this card, is Meridia through Botwoon, but you're trying to dodge the Dragon Space Jump Plasma tiles.
Yeah, there's so much Space Jump and Dragon on this card. I think you just got to do it. There's the Dragon there, there's Space Jump. Plasma Beam is obviously not that much further but you would like to avoid plasma if you can do anything else. So like, if you know you're doing like when I see so much of it, I just kind of price myself in and start like, so like top left, bottom right. Like once I've committed to the Dragon, top left, bottom right really isn't that bad. 6 plus missiles is 33, 20 supers is easy. And then you got column 5. To visit the critters is kind of annoying with a Phantom first. A little less so with a crate first, but like you can even do like Phantom Meridian back to Burnstar. The 25 Praetorian missiles or 40 plus Burnstar missiles is like eons better than the collect all of either. It's crazy how much you can do that. You can do either one of these in a single loop, and you basically just like it's basically just low enough where it's like just skip the bad ones. It's like okay, cool, that's fine.
Yeah.
Criterion Power Bomb does you can come out after Phantom to grab it. It's still kind of annoying, kind of gross. So maybe you just do you also have Bot Wound. Bot Wound is basically part of Dragon, right?
Yeah, I think
Row 2 maybe Row 2 of Burnstar missiles.
So the way I was looking at it, if you're going to do a crate first on this card, is actually giving up on Visit to Critters, but doing row 2, column 3, column 4. And I think that gives you, the right mix, because that's going to send you through Bryn for some E-tanks, up to Wrecked Ship, get Gravity, down into Meridian to Botch Wound, and then back to X-Ray.
The only problem with that is one of the big benefits of crate first is getting your high jump speed early, and he's got to skip high jump.
Yeah.
I think that's a significant downside. Like if you're skipping high jump, like crate first goes from like not great to terrible pretty quickly.
Easy agree.
Yeah, I just don't like. How do you avoid? I can't. I would do my thing where I highlight all the things, but I can't do that because it doesn't show up on the stream. But yeah, like on this, like if you're trying to avoid Dragon, I like click all the ones that have it. I mean, a lot of these, and then just see what squeezes in, like, which isn't a lot. I think you found the 3. Honestly, I don't know what else.
Yeah, like those are the one. That's the 3 you can do that avoids killing Dragon. Like if you want to do a crate first 2 boss run, that's what you're stuck with. Like the Meridian is just painted everywhere here, so I kind of do expect to see both runners go for early Wrecked Ship, but MGA may just assess that like he just has to do crate.
He's already declared he's going crate first with that pirate strat, so we're definitely seeing a crate first here. Yeah, this is definitely this card favors azder by a ton. I will say that, especially with the like you said, the 3 best rows MJ could probably do. Eliminates one of crate first's biggest advantages, which is that early high jump and speed. So that's really going to hurt. It could still do it. Like it looks like MJ is getting the Burnstar tank, so that is column 2 or row 2. Row 2 is one of the ones you pointed out. Column 2 is that plasma beam. So maybe not that. We'll see. I expect azder's going to be getting this too.
I like generally what's going on in row 2 for most solutions to this card. So I would expect both to take the Bryn Reserve. I also personally don't mind it as just a safety now. MG did come right back out. Nice reverse Bryn Reserve Mock Ball or early Supers Mock Ball. Did not grab the extra missiles there behind the reserve. So azder is.
Yeah, column 3 does eliminate the Wreck Ship Reserve tank. You're doing Phantom first. The funny thing is like the skip high jump boots actually I think works better with a Phantom, right? Because you're getting the bulk of it without high jump anyways, so you don't mind skipping as much. I think you can even do like skip speed booster in this, like just grab ice beam and go straight up, which saves a good bit of time if you don't have to do too much afterwards. So that's a possibility. The longer you got to do post speed booster, the more you should just pick it up because it's it's fast. It's in the name.
Yeah, it's interesting that skip high jump is the only sort of default tile filled in on this board. Just because if you go down that way, like you just want those high jump boots, like it's worth giving up that tile.
Yeah, skip high jump and skip charge. I mean, the ones where you skip are always the biggest value ones. Skip, high jump, skip charge, skip speed, skip wave.
Skip wave is a big favorite, until I fail Blue Gate glitch for like 40 attempts. But
are you suggesting row 2 and both? I do like the row 2, both diagonals. Yeah, maybe. Oh, you can't do column 5. Yeah, I almost feel like you want to put in another one of those Dragon tiles, but I guess you really can't. Both diagonals, maybe both diagonals in row 3, honestly.
So MGA did go down.
Yeah, like I said, as soon as he saw the pirates, he knew he was going down.
Mm-hmm.
Like, absolutely no question on that.
Yeah, I mean, I could also have seen it being, sort of a lapse while parsing the card, because, you aren't finished parsing the card a lot of the time by that point in the race. These runners do get the card at the same time we do.
Yeah, if you're in that mental state, you just kill the pirates because you're not sure, and you do not want that health loss at all. So, like I said, MGA. It's not like MGA is. I don't want to make it sound like he has no idea how to do it. Like he's still very good at it. It's just it's not his favorite thing to do, and he's going to avoid it if he can. So yeah, but yeah, he is heading into Kraid here, while azder is heading up to Phantoon. And it looks like azder is grabbing those missiles where MJ was skipping it. So that could either be... It's basically only been Brinstar missiles right now, so it could either be that 40 Brinstar missiles card, or it could just be a pure collection, like 60 missiles and 20 supers. It's probably the Brinstar one, because some of those aren't that efficient if you just need 60 missiles. Like, there's plenty that are that fast. I think getting Alpha Missile here would be very telling. Yeah, he's going for... So we can pretty much say Road 2. I mean, Road 2 looks pretty good in general.
Road 2 is a pretty juicy row on this card.
Yeah, Road 2... Like I said, I can see Road 2, Row 1, and like Column 4. No, not Column 4, that's finish. Row 1's not bad. You could just come out and get the Power Bomb. You're not finishing. You wouldn't finish in Dragon then, because you have to come down for the last reserve deck.
If you're doing 40 Brinstar missiles, getting 20 or 60 plus and then the 20 supers isn't bad.
This is unfortunate on MJ's screen.
Yeah, it happens.
It happens to literally everyone.
Yeah, we all go through this one. Let's see. Oh. So we're down to charge Spazer here.
Yeah, at least he has the Spazer to help clean up a little bit, so it does help.
Okay, yeah. That was about as well as you can going into that stand-up with like 1 and 1.
So it looks like also azder grabbed beta power bombs. I had a little conversation with him after our match, one that he skipped him and I got him, and he spent a lot of time like managing the 5. So he sort of disagreed on me. I don't know if maybe he changed his mind, or maybe he is going for a power bomb. Well, if he's going for Road 2, he needs the power bombs, so that's probably it. I was hoping I could have convinced myself that I changed Azder's mind.
Yeah,
I mean, he obviously knows what he's doing, but it's interesting. I really like beta PVs if you're not planning on picking up any other one. Like just having 5 in triple bingo is pretty hard to deal with, as I think you learned in one of your matches.
Just having 5? That
just
that
PV
situation.
management in general, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, I definitely settled into things. Like the last 2 matches were so much better than the quals and the first one.
Yeah, same. I've definitely got progressively much better as these went along.
I felt like I was really starting to settle into triple bingo by the end of it. I still wasn't happy with where I was, but like the first few, I was just so disoriented, and I feel like this is, as a mode, deceptively overwhelming. If you're watching this and have not personally tried to do one of these, but think you'd be up for that sort of challenge, A, it's a blast, and B, it's overwhelming. It's more overwhelming than you would expect it to be, at least for me. I have a lot of fun with it, but like parsing the card, I spend the first 20 minutes of the race confused half the time.
Yeah, I've got a comment about skipping Criterion Map because you come back to a lot. This is one of the cards where it looks like you can skip a Bryn Revisit though, so yeah, it's always like when I've said this before, when I see like a Criterion Map or like a Bryn Reserve or something that's very early, I try to like determine how likely it is I'm going to need that. Like I look at those rows first, and if they're like obviously garbage rows, I can be like, okay, fine, and just hope the card's not so garbage that I still have to end up doing them. So yeah, MGA did get the high jump. Like I said, like that just becomes, if you're doing Kraid first, and you like especially your opponent's going to do Phantom first, skipping high jump is pretty devastating. Is picking up some missiles here, so this could be, can't be column 3.
I mean, it has to be center tile. There's nothing else. Or column 2 or row 1.
It could be row 3 and top left bottom right if he's just saying I'm going to kill Dragon. That's not too bad, right? Like, once you're priced into Dragon, I think row 3 and top left, bottom right are pretty good. And then maybe like keep looking at row 4, but finishing X-ray scope room's kind of not great. I mean, it's okay, especially if you're going to do like 3 reserve tanks and Meridian map. You can just get up that long way down and just loop up to finish in X-ray. But I feel like you can. If I can't prove it, there's so much on this card, but like it feels like you can end in space jump here, but maybe not.
Yeah, finish an X-ray is not too bad. It's getting back to red tower for it right at the end, but especially
if you're coming
in
from
MGA's situation, having speed and high jump makes it so much easier to get around doing space jump.
Yeah.
So you can just go down the sand pit, grab the reserve, and head out that way pretty reasonably. I don't know that it's my first choice of things to do on this card, but like it's viable.
Yeah, I think top left, bottom right, row 3 and column 4 really isn't that bad. I think that's fine. The only thing that would beat it, you'd have to be able to finish in space jump to beat it, or maybe finish in plasma beam to beat it. 70 E-tanks, 70 missiles. That's pretty bad for the plasma beam. Finish in spring bomb room. No. Yeah, I like that the best, honestly. Honestly, for both of them, and I think both of them. Oh, azder skipped charge beam.
Yeah.
We still got that highlighted, so that's pretty. That's row 3, so it's still finishing X-ray room.
Yeah, and he's cruising here through wreck ship, coming up on bowling already. Having a pretty clean wreck ship. Had a nice attic there.
Yeah, usually you look at like sub 14 grav times. He's obviously picked up a bunch of missiles, so this is like right on pretty decent pace. He had didn't have like a 2-round Phantom, but that was really the only issues I saw. So yeah, pretty clean so far. MGA really just the unfortunate crate stand-up. So basically both of their bosses had a little trouble so far. But yeah, MGA's got to be going up to Phantom now.
Yeah, I mean, you might see some amount of Bryn looped in on this, just because there's not a ton of advantage to doing it after the wrecked ship. It depends how he wants to route the card.
Yeah, row 5 actually for MJ doesn't look terrible either. Like it's just so. This is like if you were to design an anti-MGA card, this would be close to what it is, because like, you know, skip high jump boots is
nice red tower, by the way.
It's like one of your he was practicing that. Like he's got a really sick red tower. But yeah, skip high jump boots is definitely a big no-no for Crate First. And then one of your biggest advantage is that you can do wreck ship reserve tank is in the same row or same column as skip high jump. So it's just like this card is being pretty mean to MGA with the Crate First routes. So azder is going back to Bryn. Kind of an interesting call. I feel like you could have skipped this. Like honestly, the rows I'm highlighting for MGA, the top left, bottom right, column 4 and row 3. Well, I have this 6 energy tanks you can definitely get. I don't think you need to come back here. Is getting the power bomb. This might just be the power bomb. Yeah.
Yeah. Criteria power bomb seems like a pretty reasonable play here. It'll be interesting what he chooses to pair it with. Grabbing 3 reserves isn't that bad, but it will involve him going all the way over to Bubble Mountain. So I think we might be looking at a diagonal here. But we haven't had Criteria Map Station yet out of azder, so he may be planning on a Bryn revisit.
Yeah. What was I think like column 4, row 2. Yeah, I think if I was running this, I'd probably be on column 4, row 2, bottom left, top right, and just not even doing Norfair, just grabbing that speed boost and bailing. Or sorry, grabbing ice and bailing. But it's no high jump too. I mean, that's pretty slow. Not getting both of those. So I can get that. So yeah, I kind of like that as. Oh wait, no, you need the 3 reserve tanks for that, so that wouldn't work. Yeah, as I said before, these are hard. Picking up the map doesn't have to, but he is a map completionist.
It's extra tiles, right? And bingo is all about getting tiles, so I understand.
Yeah, azder is picking up this Criterion map. We'll see if this is a mistake or not. Yeah, this was an early mistake because he's coming back up. If he's just going down red tower here, I almost want to say like just going down retro at this point would have been better. Like, I don't see why you wouldn't just go down there, but it's close, I guess. Doesn't want to refill the ship. Maybe he's not going there. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, getting the ship refill is pretty okay value, especially because he does have chargeless Meridia coming up, presumably.
Now he's...
Oh, he wanted to go down, get that, and then come up through Gauntlet.
Yeah.
For
so missing
missiles,
so he definitely had some switch in his rows, because he would have just, in this routing, he just would have gotten the criteria map right away.
Again, I mean, there's like two reasonable philosophies with criteria map. The one is it's so easy to grab early, I may as well get it and risk not needing it. And the other is it's really hard to know whether I need that row right away unless it's painfully obvious.
Yeah, sure, but again, this is the semifinals. These guys, I think, tend to lock in a little bit faster than a lot of other runners. So, like, I can pretty much say azder isn't going to be like, I have no idea what I'm doing by the time I'm passing criteria map. He's got a pretty good idea, so I think it's more likely he has like a switch at some point to come back for this. It's not really that bad overall. We ended up doing, but it did lose a little time. And MJ finishing his Fantoon fight, so he's not going to be like, you can see, like, you know, I mean, he's got a little time to get over to Gravity Suit here. It does look like he's picking up some supers as well, but like, he's not terribly far behind azder. I mean, azder is ahead, obviously, but you know, MJ has already got the high jump, he's already got the speed, so he's just going to be moving faster than azder and kind of closing this gap overall. So like I said, MJ is just incredibly talented player.
Yeah, and I think that there's, you know, you're saying that azder's ahead, and like, I agree with you, but at the same time,
I mean, he's just
I
like
feel like
ahead in the like he's further into, like, if MJ wanted to come here, azder's just physically ahead, not like necessarily like closer to finishing. So yeah, just like, because yeah, they're doing different collections and stuff, so it's hard to say who's like ahead in the race, but like, just azder is like closer to what he needs to do right now. But granted, he might still have to go to Norfair and stuff, so there's stuff that MJ has done already, so yeah, it's really hard to tell. But honestly, for a Kraid first round, MJ looks like he's in pretty good spot overall.
I want to see him hit this attic. Nice. Yeah, that's his old route attic, and he's got the loadout for it. So I've been seeing him run that, and that's just such a nice strat.
Yeah, I mean, there's certainly something to be said for his, because like, he's gonna have pretty much the same loadout in 99% of matches, unless the card is just so obviously skewed to Fantoon first. And like, even this one, we said like, this is pretty skewed.
Yeah, this is about as bad as it can get, and here we are, Kraid first.
Yeah, I mean, I think like, besides like maybe the collect gravity and skip Varia, but even then, like, I feel like he'd just hell run. He just wants his stuff. Like, he's just so good at it. Like, he wants his speed, he wants his high jump. That's why, like, honestly, the most devastating thing for him is the skip high jump card, or skip a speed booster card, right? Like, even more than necessary, because like, it's not like the actual act of killing Kraid is all that important. Like, he could just, you know, hell run and be fine. Like, he's got, you know, like, again, he's like, was doing North Korea % for the meme tournament, done RBO. Like, he can do those hell runs, no problem.
And azder is coming through to get the power bombs here at Mission Impossible. So either looking at the or the 50 minus X tile, I think is what that's gotta be.
It's 50 minus X. He needs so many of both.
Yeah.
Right here is really, the burn loop's really good for this. Especially stuff like Edacoons, you can kind of get like 2 for 1. Although MJ was actually talking to him last night for like RBO stuff.
Skipped Edacoons PBs though.
Yeah, we were actually talking about that. Mission Impossible is actually faster than Edacoons PBs, even with getting the super and the E-Tank. So you wouldn't think it because you're like, oh, I'm just right here, but like having to go down and stuff is actually pretty slow. So yeah, just and you know, because he wanted the super for that double count, like, you know, he's just getting down there. Obviously going for some E-Tanks too, so that's could be calm. That's got to be calm too because he skipped charge beam. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if azder was originally looking at like row 1 and then like row 2, column 2, and row 2, but then ended up switching into bottom left, top right. Yeah, because I
don't know if you want to do the 35 power bomb tile though, skipping Edekin's peeves.
Where's 35?
I mean, you're giving up, so you have to get Croc PBs at that point.
Where's 35? Oh, right there. Oh yeah, column 2. You're
column
right.
2. If you're talking about it.
Yeah, you're right. I missed that one. Yeah, he would have gotten. So that's interesting. It could be the. I mean, like I said, he had to have had a route change at some point. Maybe the skip charge is no longer important, but then I would have just picked it up here. Like, oh, I don't actually have to skip this. Let me just grab it now. So I don't know. MJ also grabbing this ship refill. Looks like we're getting another Bryn visit from him.
Yeah, and with the E-Tank goals and the collection-heavy goals in this, like, none of them are super egregious, but Bryn is just, like, the cleanest route to getting them. And it looks like... Okay, I thought we might have been getting another Criterion map, which I would have been surprised from MGA, but no, he's going down. Is this Criteria Super? Looks like it is.
Yeah, this is a little awkward to get on the way down, because you gotta go, like, back up, but it's overall, it's not bad. You just always feel like you could route it in cleaner, but you just a lot of times can't, so this is fine. Could also just be coming down for it and then come back up. This is another, like, the thing with Kraid first is, like, the strengths are, like, the critters, Brinstar energy recharges, Wreck Ship, Reserve Tank, E-Tanks too. Like, E-Tanks is so much easier in Kraid first because you can get the Waterway E-Tank and you can get Crazy Tank, which are huge. Just for those collection things. It's like 2 you basically can't get in a Fantoon first, and Fantoon first really starts limiting you on the high E-Tanks. Like, I think 8 is like the highest you really ever want to go until you start doing like dumb Norfair stuff.
Yeah, once you get past 8 on E-Tanks, it starts to get pretty prohibitive, because you can get the 2 in Meridia, which we have the 2 Meridia E-Tank tile here for Fantoon first. But you start locking out, like, all the lower Norfair ones. Croc you really don't want to do unless, like, things are looking real bad. Like, it walls them off. So giving up on Waterway especially is pretty painful.
Yeah, I mean, the Croc one is basically like, do you have other things to do in Croc? Like, if there's a defeat Croc or a grapple or something, then that E-Tank becomes like the cheapest in the game once you have to do Croc for another reason, because it's in the same room. There's no door or anything, and like, you're in a cutscene, so you just grab it while you're waiting for the cutscene, and it's literally just the 7-second fanfare. Like, there's no other time loss. So it goes from terrible to the most efficient thing possible, as long as you have to do Croc for at least one other thing.
Yeah, this is really interesting routing from MJ. Is choosing to come back up through Big Pink despite having to go basically down climb twice. So
yeah, that's...
I'm wondering why he's choosing to do this clockwise rather than counterclockwise.
I know, again, there was some, like, in the meme tournament, people were looking at, like, clockwise versus counterclockwise, and it feels counterintuitive, but I think a couple of people were getting that this was actually faster, so it may be because of that.
I mean, I certainly would defer to MGA.
Azder is getting ice here. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I think what Azder ended up doing, he was originally going to get speed, then decided to get ice and just never go to Norfair, and he's just going to be going straight up to Meridia now. So yeah, again, Azder's kind of like, again, quote unquote ahead, like, because he's just closer to Meridia at this point, because he's just going to go straight up in there, I assume. The big thing is he's not going to have high jump, and the big thing is he's not going to have speed, which is going to slow him down. So this is Visit the Critters for MGA.
Getting a really nice Decora Moonfall here.
Yeah, once MGA had to do this Bryn reloop, column 5 becomes pretty attractive, because Meridia map's really cheap.
Although we're going back. We aren't going to the Edecoons. Or did we get all the way to the Edecoons already?
Yeah, I'm sure he did. I saw him going down for the energy tank. Hopefully he didn't skip the PB and thinking like the critters were... I mean, you can do that. You think like, oh, the Edecoon area, and then you just get the super and the E-Tank, and then you forget to actually look at the Edecoons because you're like, the PB is slow, I'll skip that. But yeah, again, trust our tracker, JD. here today is marking it. These guys are so fast. You look at the other one for a minute, and like they've done 5 things, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, exactly. I was watching azder getting ridiculous drops off of the Sovas on his way into ice, getting 2 supers and a missile, and going back and grabbing them, and being like, I didn't expect that.
Yeah, it's amazing how little this card both of these guys have done, being 29 minutes in. But this is one of those cards that's going to come together very quickly because like the bot moons and the space jumps and like you can get like
it's all right there.
Yeah, like once we're in Meridia, this is going to get filled in very quickly.
Yeah, so azder is our first runner into Meridia, where all of the tiles are for this particular card.
And just like that, you know, I think MJ, like they're right behind each other. They're going to be doing similar things in here. So MJ is looking really good here. Again, like he's got the speed, he's got the high jump.
Yeah,
you know, he's got
charge.
You know, as much as it's rare to hear, he does have the movement advantage over azder. So
yeah, I mean, you see azder for both Meridia tanks having to do this DBJ, doing it nicely here in Mama Turtle's area, but like MG is going to have speed booster and is going to save, you know, multiple seconds just on this collection.
Yeah, I mean, azder's going to have to gravity jump here. Like that's going to be slow from the pauses and everything. Like, yeah, it really slows you. I think azder made the right call getting ice and not going to speed booster, but you know, just when we're looking at the match right here, you know, it's not going to be. They're really. I have a little better idea of exactly what they pretty much have to do the same stuff. Like neither of them are going to go to like watering hole or anything. They're going to get like. I think MJ is going to kill Dragon, come down to the map station. I don't know if that was the correct call though. I think it might have been faster to. Again, like you said, I kind of defer to MGA, but just thinking about it. I'm not sure. It's kind of bad either way, honestly. But it's pretty far from Dragon to get down to the map. And you just have to do kind of like a little loop back.
Yeah, I think doing the map after makes more sense if you're going to end an X-ray. Just because it gives you an easy out to exiting to Red Tower.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think... Well, is he? Because he could do... I was thinking he was... No, I think he's doing bottom left, top right. I don't think he's got to come... I think he's doing row 2, bottom left, top right. Or sorry, top left, bottom right.
Yeah, I don't think he grabbed the Norfair Reserve, if I remember right.
Norfair Reserve.
When he was over in Bubble Mountain getting speed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's doing top left, bottom right, column 5, and row 2. He doesn't need Norfair Reserve for that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying was like, that's the way out of column 4, or that's a sign that column 4
Yeah, I mean, I think at this point, these rows are definitely better for him. So it looks like... Yeah, he's going to defeat Dragon and finish in Meridian map. azder, meanwhile, looks like he's going to... Is he going to finish in Spring Ball Room? Or is this column 1 shenanigans just tricking me? I think it is. He's going to get Plasma Beam. I think, you know what? Cutie had it. So it's either going to finish in Spring Ball Room or finish in X-Ray Scope, but it's definitely both diagonals. Oh, and sorry, row 2. He's almost done with row 2. So both diagonals row 2. Yeah. That's what it is. So yeah, he didn't need to skip the charge beam. He didn't need to... Did he even need the E-tanks? I don't think so. Yeah, there's a row done for him. He's going to have to come to his... This is so close. I'm not even sure. Yeah, I think azder's got it because he's going to be done at space. MJ's going to have to go down to that map. I don't know if the getting map first would have saved it, but I don't know. It's I mean, azder's still a little far behind. Doesn't have that speed. That's going to really slow him down a bit here. Yeah,
not having speed booster just... I mean... It means you aren't going fast.
Oh, right. No, azder's going to have to go to Plasma. No, I thought...
Yeah. If azder has to get Plasma.
If he's going to Plasma, I think MJ's got this. I mean, if MJ wins this is a statement win for MJ, because we were saying like this is a Phantoon first card, like just all over it. MJ went
nice straight kill.
went to Dragon and is
the old 3 bosses card here, and I mean his time is still really good.
The most disappointing thing about this is I'm pretty sure my fastest loss is going to go down on this race. It's tragic. I don't know, it's gonna be close. It's like 2 minutes. It was like a 36 something. the important thing is this race is all about me.
I mean, yes, you're commentating it, and you were as part of this race as the runners, right?
Yeah, nice waffle jump from MGA. Yeah, this is going to be close. I'm pretty sure MGA has this, assuming I was correct, and all he needs to do is get that map. And yeah, that is true. So just map.
Yeah, and azder not quite enough ammo, so is going to have to do some amount of farming here on Dragons. So
yeah, again, this is where no speed is killing him. You see MGA just had a very clean Dragon fight. Like, again, there's just something to be said, like, no matter how good you are, you're always gonna be more practiced at like 80% stuff or 100 stuff or that kind of stuff where you have high jump. Like pretty much in every category you have high jump and speed besides like the low percent ones. And so no matter what kind of runner you are, you're going to be better with those things.
Does clean it up nicely though. Much better than some of my ammo Dragons from Bingo.
Yeah, just looking at this route from MGA, I really feel like Meridian Map first would have been faster.
Yeah, went through the sand pit, obviously no reserve.
It could have been he didn't want to mess with the green gate glitch on the way back. He could have gone around, which is a little bit slower. But yeah, this is game 1 for MGA, 35-12. Now azder's just got to beat my fastest loss to make this a truly devastating match for me. But yeah, GG's to MGA. What a run! Like I said, this is a very much a statement. I mean, it's not like azder's not going to be like, oh my god, MGA beat me, but like, yeah, like we said, this is a pretty big like Fantoon first card, but MGA is just so clean at this running that, I mean, he had a very clean route. Meanwhile, azder, had the criteria map mistake, and then it's just missing speed jump here, which is makes you slower. Like that's the end of it. Like I think this is probably the right route to do it in, but yeah, just it still makes you slower. So.
Yeah, even still, this is 36 minutes still. Like, these are both absurd times for Bingo like this.
Thank you.
I mean, what was your fastest loss?
It's 36 something. I forget. I think it was a low 36. So.
Okay, we're coming up on it then. I don't know.
Yeah, it looks like a 36-32, 36-33 officially in the racetime.gg channel. But yeah, MGA taking game 1 in, like I said, a very, very big statement win for MGA. So azder is on the ropes now. He's going to have to win 2 in a row to protect his #1 seed. So yeah, this is why I wanted to do this one, because MGA does not disappoint. azder doesn't disappoint either. Like, just such a creative runner and router and everything. Just, yeah, it's going to be exciting. So stick around for game 2. We should be back with you shortly. We'll see if the runners, sometimes the runners want to take a little break in between. But we're going to wrap up this first one, and we will be back shortly.